Hey, what is up, disc golfers? Today on Iceberg TV, we're going to be checking out an easy-to-throw driver from Latitude 64. Today we're going to be checking out the looks like an Opto Glimmer Jade. Flight number's coming in at a 96-21, and I'm going to be comparing this to what I think are relatively easy-to-throw discs for new players to the game. So we're going to be comparing it to this 9.5-22, 162-gram Proton Inertia. And we're actually going to bring back the nearly unthrowably understable 152 or 150 gram Pipeline. This is an 8502, but we found out in the last time we threw it that it actually flies like a 85-40. So I'm super excited to compare the Inertia, which I felt like is probably one of the easiest to throw drivers I've thrown in a long time. We're going to compare it to the Jade. I've actually never thrown this Jade, and it is a 155 gram Opto Glimmer Jade. So let's throw the Midnight Flyer, then we'll throw the Inertia, and then we'll throw the easy to throw driver with similar flight numbers. Oh, wow. That happened the first time I threw that disc as well. I have like no power on my first throw. It actually flew pretty nice. But once I put a little more sauce on it, she got real flippy real fast. Inertia. Getting a bit more fade than the Pipeline. And I'm really curious to see, I think this Jade's gonna fall somewhere in between those two discs. Maybe a little flippier than the Inertia and a little more stable than the Pipeline was what I was expecting. Oh, that is actually an awesome flight. That had a ton of just left to right moving turn, a very long turn in the mid-flight, but it still had a nice respectable fade at the end. I'm actually pretty pumped at how that flew. That was really sick. Very, very similar profiles, very similar side profiles, very similar like bottom of the wing. Yeah, see, that's that -4 turn we were kind of talking about earlier. We did not turn enough to go in the water. In a headwind, I don't think I'm physically capable of throwing that disc and having it not turn all the way almost into a roller. Here's the Inertia. Whoa. Definitely getting a huge turn, but it definitely was going to fade a little bit at the end of the flight. Now let's try the easy to throw Jade and see how it holds up compared to the DGA, Discraft plastic, and the MVP plastic. Oh, hopefully you guys can see that. Wow. Okay, the Jade might be onto something. That pretty much flew the same into a headwind as it did the tailwind, which I don't know if I've ever seen that before. That was really interesting. All right, this is super interesting. I thought this Jade was going to be really, really understable, even though the flight numbers are 96-21, meaning it's going to have early turn in the mid-flight and then a slight fade at the end. Usually like easy to throw, lightweight, or beginner line discs, they wind up being a lot more understable than advertised. But so far, I actually feel like this Jade is a really awesome and useful disc that maybe intermediate, advanced, and pro players may not even give a try because it's like part of the beginner line or advertised as an easy to throw disc. People probably look past this disc. But so far, I'm super impressed and I'm really excited that I tested it out. It's almost just like a lightweight Latitude 64 plastic Sidewinder. Really nice flyer. All right, I got to figure out this Pipeline. There it is. Did I do it? Stop turning. All right, we finally got a good rip on the Pipeline. It's a finicky thing with those lightweight discs. A max weight disc on that line is going to hang on to that turn for a bit longer. I just think it has more inertia in that direction, if that's the right word. You physics nerds, correct me in the comments down below if I'm wrong, but I feel like a heavier disc is going to hold that turn for longer as long as it's thrown with enough speed. Inertia. Oh, that's gone forever. Holy turn. That went right under the bridge. Jade, man. This is like Latitude 64's secret Sidewinder. This thing has been awesome so far. Don't let me down. Perfect flight on every single shot. What the heck? The Jade is awesome. And Latitude 64 describes the Jade as basically being a diamond, but with a little bit more fade at the end. And as your arm speed escalates, you can sort of graduate from the diamond to the Jade. So if you are a diamond thrower and that is a mold that you enjoy, definitely would highly recommend checking one of these out for a little bit more stable option. But it has a really great feel in hand, a really nice side profile, feels very comfortable in the hand, just a very mid-line parting line, not too flippy, not too stable, just a really solid flyer. Let's throw one last set of hyzer flips here. I gotta hyzer this pipeline so much. There it is. There are some of you guys just absolutely screaming at me in the comments section to put it on more hyzer. I hope that those last few throws satisfied you. I'm doing my best. It's more hyzer than I like to put on any disc, I think. Oh, that inertia, look at the flight. That thing is so good. I do love that inertia. It's so easy just to get it to flip up and turn. But into the headwind, the Jade was performing more consistently than the inertia, which really surprised me. All right, Jade. Last throw at the Jade. Just pound it. See if we can get it to flip up. Wow, great distance. Definitely more stable than the inertia and the pipeline by a good margin. I actually think if you're a beginner and you've kind of outgrown your DX Leopard, your Diamond, your super flippy stuff, that's going to be a really awesome lightweight driver to escalate to and to grow into as you continue to develop your game. All right, so what makes a disc easy to throw? I actually learned a lot about what that actually means by throwing the Jade, and I think they've done an awesome job making exactly that over at Latitude 64. I think the plastic is really important. You want something that's not too stiff and not too gummy. So not something that's like floppy in the hand, but not something that's like stiff as a board. It's pretty chilly out here. It's right around 40, 42, 43 degrees, I believe. And this still feels really nice in the hand. The second thing that I think is important for beginners and easy to throw discs is the depth of the rim. And this is something I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but there's a reason why people have a hard time throwing putters. And that's because in here, they're super deep and it just doesn't feel as comfortable as something a little bit more shallow, like most fairway drivers and, you know, discs like the Jade. So it's nice and shallow. It's got a high quality premium plastic that feels good and comfortable in your hand. And then I do think very new to disc golf players can benefit from throwing lightweight discs. It's not absolutely mandatory. There are max weight options that are great for beginners. Something like the Latitude 64 Brave, one of my favorite fairway drivers. I think a beginner could pick up the Brave and go throw it with no problems. But I do think there is a benefit, especially if you're going like 8-speed or higher, to try out a lightweight option. And a lot of people just glaze over the lightweight discs. But I think it's something that's certainly worth trying. And that's why I like showcasing lightweight discs like this Pipeline and like this Jade on this channel, so you guys can get a feel of what it's actually like to throw lightweight discs. That 162 inertia, a max weight inertia does flip up for me, but it doesn't get that elongated flip up and turn. So even for someone like me who's been playing for more than 5 years, I can still benefit from throwing a non-max weight disc. But a lot of people just don't do it because most pros don't throw lightweight discs. But most of us are not touring pros, and that means most of us should go out and try an easy to throw, lightweight, or shallow rim driver. But if you guys enjoyed the content, let me know in the comments down below. You can check out any of these discs over at Disc Golf Deals USA. Use my discount code. The link is in the description below. If you click the link, that'll save you 10% on anything over at the website. All orders over $50 ship for free. Stay humble, live with gratitude. Catch you in the next one, and take care.